Hello and welcome to the Cosmos video channel. We are an online store specializing in cosplay costumes. You are now listening to our original novel, The Extraordinary Werewolf. If you have any interest in cosplay outfits, you can contact us at cosmos.com. Now, let's begin the story. Previously, on The Extraordinary Werewolf, Glenn, having failed to sell his massive black boar to the greedy butcher M, who offered a ridiculously low price, decided to sell the meat himself. He returned to the central street, witnessing M's rude treatment of a poor old woman. Glenn is now confronting the butcher to help the customer and start his own competition. Startled by the sound of the wooden board being slapped and hearing Glenn's question, M stammered, "T21 copper coins. 21 for only one bella of chicken. You really are a generous seller, aren't you?" Glenn said with fake surprise, which quickly turned into a cold sneer. Em, though internally cursing, dared not speak up against the mockery. Suddenly, a hand darted swiftly into Iam's coin pouch and just as quickly withdrew. Im looked up in astonishment and saw Glenn counting something in his hand. "Those are my copper coins." He started to protest, but a sharp look from Glenn cut him off.
"Exactly 21 copper coins, ma'am."
21 for only one bella of chicken. You really are a generous seller, aren't you?"
Glenn said with fake surprise, which quickly turned into a cold sneer. Em, though internally cursing, dared not speak up against the mockery. Suddenly, a hand darted swiftly into M's coin pouch and just as quickly withdrew. Em looked up in astonishment and saw Glenn counting something in his hand.
"Those are my copper coins."
He started to protest, but a sharp look from Glenn cut him off.
"Exactly 21 copper coins. Ma'am, please take it."
Glenn carefully placed the copper coins into the old woman's outstretched palm and handed the packet of chicken back to M.
"Come this way. I'll sell you meat that is a much better value."
He gestured with his hand, and the old woman, bewildered, followed him. They arrived at the Black Boar. The sight of the ugly animal made the old woman hesitate, unsure whether its meat was edible.
"Ladies and gentlemen, step right up and take a look. Something good for all of you is about to happen here today. Believe it or not, there is no harm in observing."
Glenn suddenly shouted loudly at the surrounding area, instantly drawing everyone's attention. Those shopping, sitting in carriages, or simply passing through Central Street turned their gaze toward him. When the crowd had gathered sufficiently, Glenn stopped his shouting and announced in a clear voice, "Ladies and gentlemen, whether you've been troubled by the price of meat or not, you all wish to buy cheaper raw meat, right?"
"Ladies and gentlemen, whether you've been troubled by the price of meat or not, you all wish to buy cheaper raw meat, right? And now, I am offering that opportunity. I will only charge 4 copper coins per bella of meat."
Hearing this, the crowd inevitably began murmuring amongst themselves, waiting for him to continue. Aim looked over, his expression utterly foul.
4 copper coins per bella, that truly is a cheap price, but that thing is a black boar, isn't it? Can the meat even taste good? It doesn't cost much to buy a little and try it out.
After a brief pause, Glenn tilted his ear listening to the crowd's discussions. He felt confident. He had tasted the black boar meat himself. Although the animal hadn't been castrated, the meat had no distinct gamey odor, so the taste was definitely fine.
"Ladies and gentlemen, next, I shall perform a special skill for you. Please open your eyes and watch closely. Plucking boar hair barehanded."
Before the audience could react, Glenn had already started. A fine layer of hair unnoticeable to others grew over his hands to protect his palms. His arms moved with lightning speed. Whether this speed was effective or not, the visual effect alone was spectacular, eliciting several gasps from the crowd. The sound of hair being ripped from the boar's skin was continuous. Small piles of boar hair quickly accumulated around the cart, and the crowd watched the previously pitch-black boar transform into a slick, hairless carcass. Glenn's palms acted like sandpaper, easily scraping off the tiny hairs growing in awkward places. The whole hair-plucking performance took only about 10 minutes. Finally, he swept the hair off the cart, presenting a clean, smooth, fat pig to everyone. Glenn faced his audience, bowed with an upturned smile, and was met with enthusiastic cheers and applause.
That was amazing! A perfect performance! Unbelievable!
The old woman Glenn had invited over also clapped vigorously, her wrinkled face beaming with surprise. After quietly enjoying the applause for a moment, Glenn straightened up, maintaining his refreshing smile.
All right, thank you all very much. The demonstration is over, and it is time to get back to business. I'll sell the meat to this lady first. You can all watch, and if you need some, don't miss out.
He waved the old woman forward. Once she approached, Glenn asked, "Ma'am, how much would you like to buy?"
Ma'am, how much would you like to buy?
I want 21 copper coins worth of meat.
That is a little over 5 Bella. How about this? Since you are my first customer, I'll give you an extra Bella as a gift. So 6 Bella for you.
Under the watchful eyes of the crowd, Glenn took out the dagger he kept tucked into his belt and skillfully butchered the black boar. He then borrowed one of the world's weighing scales from a nearby fruit stall. The scale was semicircular and somewhat clumsy, but its accuracy was reliable. A full 6 Bella of pork was delivered into the old woman's arms, nearly causing her to drop it.
It looks like that is hard for you to carry. I'll help you tie it up. Carrying it on your back might be better.
Sensing the old woman's struggle, Glenn quickly modified her cloth bag into a simple backpack, placed the meat inside, and helped her put it on her back.
That truly is much better. Thank you, my child.
The old woman loved Glenn's attitude. She couldn't feel this kind of enthusiasm from the other stall owners. People had been eager to buy since the performance. As soon as the old woman finished her purchase, several middle-aged women surged forward, demanding to buy meat.
I'll take 4 Bella of meat first. Thank you. I want 5 Bella. 2 Bella.
Glenn's smile remained unwavering as he effortlessly attended to his enthusiastic customers. You'll find out later that chicken is the best meat. Him watched the gathering crowd nearby, his eyes bloodshot, angrily chopping chicken meat into tiny, unusable pieces. Dude Police Department. A young officer in a dark black uniform pushed open the dark brown door, holding a file. 3 middle-aged officers seemed to be discussing something and stopped talking when the young man entered.
What is it?
Asked the leading officer, who had a thick, straight mustache.
It is about another missing child. A couple says their 11-year-old is gone and is crying outside. The newcomer replied.
I knew it. 2 girls reported something yesterday, and now this. The mustachioed officer rubbed his forehead.
The mustachioed officer rubbed his forehead.
They live outside of town. The child went missing 3 days ago. They thought he just wandered off into the forest and only came to report it after searching for 2 days.
Got it!
The mustachioed officer waved his hand, then remembered something and asked, "Has Bob been found?"
Has Bob been found?
A worker reported seeing him yesterday, so we can confirm he is still in town. We just don't know where he is hiding, the young officer immediately replied.